Now, Central Oregon's local alert weather with Eric Oren.
Hurricane Lee has now been upgraded to a Category 5 storm. The storm is churning in the Atlantic Ocean. It more than doubled its wind speed in the last 24 hours, going from 80 to 165 miles per hour. Lee is expected to remain a major hurricane over the next few days as it passes north of the northern Leeward Islands and Puerto Rico. Starting Sunday, most of the East Coast can expect dangerous surf and rip currents. Beyond that, it's too soon to know if Lee will have any impact on the U.S. mainland. And here is a look at the horizon here as we get into our day. It's Friday, so I'm always going to be dancing. I'm pretty good. I'm feeling happy today. I've had plenty of coffee. We have some nice views. It's going to be an 80-degree day today, most likely. And there's no smoke in the forecast, which is why we have this beautiful gradient we can see here at the Bend Airport. Now, if you're headed to school this morning, I got the school bus stop forecast for you as we roll along. It's looking pretty dry as it's been the last few days. You might want to bring a layer with you just for early this morning, but it should warm up pretty quick, and it's not reflected here, but by around lunchtime, we're going to be in the 70s, so it's not going to last too long these chilly mornings. Pumpkin wipe, having a great time with the pumpkin wipe. Here we are at Smith Rock now, taking a look at some weather headlines. It's Loosen Your Tie Friday. If you were looking for an excuse to loosen that tie and cut loose a little bit, you got it. We do have some warm weather ahead. We're going to have 80-degree temperatures over the weekend and mostly clear skies. We're going to have a little cloud cover rolling in the afternoons and probably some tomorrow as well, but that's probably it for the most part. Plenty of sun in the forecast. Here is a look at that low pressure system that moved overhead yesterday, and as of early this morning, it's going to keep working its way north into Canada. And here's how it's going to affect us over the next couple of days. As I mentioned to you, that pressure system moving out of our area today and leaving us with some scattered cloud cover here this afternoon and evening, but for the most part, keeping us fairly dry. On Saturday, you see some potential cloud cover and even scattered showers forming there across the Cascades, but we will stay relatively dry. There's no precipitation forecast for right now. The winds today going to be a factor, but nothing too noticeable. Sustained wind speeds 10 to 15 miles an hour at their max, and some gusts this afternoon and evening up closer to around 20 miles an hour, looking a little bit faster here out of Redmond by this afternoon. And into the evening, wind's going to change direction to the south just a little bit and stick around that 20-mile-an-hour gusty range into the evening. Overnight, winds are going to be a little bit stronger than they've been, but still for the most part, not too noticeable. Now, our smoke forecast is going to reflect that pretty much here. The concentration of smoke being moved around quite a bit, but here by tonight, you can see just a very, very light concentration of smoke as those winds have moved to the south, and they're bringing in some of the smoke to our north. So we don't know yet if it's going to affect the air quality index, but as of right now, it's looking like it's going to scour out pretty significantly here going into Saturday. And we do have good air quality as a result right now, and probably tomorrow as well. You can see that the region is green, so if you have plans to be outdoors this weekend, you're probably going to be just fine. I will say, though, if you're an allergy sufferer, this is prime weed pollen allergy season. Usually lasts through around the first frost, and I myself am an allergy sufferer, so I'm experiencing some of those conditions right now, and I wanted to let you know if you're waking up with some congestion, that is likely why. Now, highs today in the region are in the 70s and 80s, a little bit warmer there out of Warm Springs as summer makes its last stand at 85 degrees. Pretty warm today for early fall. And now our forecast lows for the night in the 40s and 50s, a little chillier there out of Lapine the way it's been, but we should see things stay pretty consistent as we take a look at our 7-day forecast. Our Smiley's crying tears of joy today because it's Friday and we do have some beautiful weather ahead. Taking a look at this weekend, and you can see going into next week, some really nice temperatures on the way. We may cool down just a little bit, but dry for the most part for at least the next week, and overnight lows staying pretty consistent.